So after 5 years at Red Bull, Daniel Ricciardo has finally had enough and quit for Renault. The Aussie has managed to pick up 7 wins over his time at Red Bull, and has picked up 29 podiums. The man who made his Red Bull debut in 2014 will be partnering Nico Hülkenberg at Renault next year. In this video I'm going to go through the pros, the cons, whether I think it's a good or bad idea, and then what this could mean for other drivers. First of all, there are the pros. Daniel Ricciardo, of course, will now be working for a works team, switching up from Red Bull Renault to the Renault works team. Daniel Ricciardo will now more than likely be the #1 driver at his team, as he is, in my opinion, a better driver than Nico Hülkenberg. And finally, Renault have been on the up every year, as you can see from 2016 to 2018. They have been improving every year so far. This year's they're by far the best year since they've returned. So of course, could we see Daniel Ricciardo, if Renault can get a good enough car next year, do you think we could see Daniel Ricciardo getting podiums and winning races? But of course, to every move there is the downside. Renault, there is no guarantee how good Renault will be next year, no guarantee that they will be on the podium winning races, getting pole position, fighting the Ferraris and Mercedes. Next year they will more than likely be top of the midfield again. Also, there's no guarantee if they're going to do better than Red Bull next year. No one knows how good Red Bull are going to be. No one knows how good Renault are going to be, but it's even more unpredictable with Red Bull switching to the Honda engine. And I guess Daniel Ricciardo just didn't want to take the risk of the Red Bull engine. Of course, I do believe this is good for Daniel Ricciardo, because he was never going to win the title at Red Bull. He would have to leave. He definitely had to leave the team to try and do that. And I feel like at the moment this Renault switch could be good for Daniel Ricciardo's career. Because, you know, if he does impress, by the time like Vettel and Hamilton leave their teams, Daniel Ricciardo will be in with a good shout of replacing them. Then in like 2021 in Ferrari, you could have Ricciardo and Leclerc, or in 2021 the Mercedes lineup could be Ricciardo and Ocon, which is mad to think about. Those would be some great lineups. But of course, Daniel Ricciardo, this isn't just having an effect on him, it's having an effect on other drivers. Of course, Carlos Sainz will be a hugely effective one, because he's no longer driving for Renault in 2018, as the lineup will be Hülkenberg and Ricciardo. But does that mean he's going back to Red Bull? It doesn't guarantee it though, because of course Pierre Gasly has impressed this season, and of course Sainz did have his troubles with Verstappen on track, like when they were at Toro Rosso. And so yes, this can also affect Gasly, as he could also make his way up to the Red Bull senior team to race alongside Verstappen. And Sainz could also be effective, as he is rumoured to be going to McLaren. As much as I would love that to happen as a McLaren fan, I do not see. I honestly don't think it's going to happen. Honestly, I don't know what's going to happen at McLaren next year. All I'm 100% certain, or I'm at least predicting, is Alonso won't be there next year, but Van Dorn will. Yes, another person who's affected by this is Esteban Ocon. Could Ocon? What if Ocon? What am I saying? Ocon will not be driving for Renault next year. There are rumours that with Force India in administration and are going to be brought over, as Force India are going to be brought over, Esteban Ocon had been rumoured with going to Renault to partner with Nico Hülkenberg. But now that can't happen with Daniel Ricciardo joining Renault. So where will Esteban Ocon go? Because Bottas is contracted at Mercedes next year. Hamilton isn't leaving yet. So at the moment Ocon might not have a drive for next year. And another, I don't think anyone's talked about this yet, but one last driver who could be affected by this is Brendan Hartley. Because if Gasly gets to drive, I do not see Sainz returning to that Toro Rosso seat. So if Gasly does go to Red Bull, Brendan Hartley could keep his Toro Rosso seat, and they would, as I do not see them replacing two drivers. And if Gasly does go to Red Bull, that opens up the question: who goes in that second Red Bull seat? There are lots of things to question. Lots of questions to ask with Daniel Ricciardo going to Renault, but no one knows how it's going to turn out. No one at the moment knows what's happening around with people like Sainz, Gasly, and Ocon. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe, and bye.